Yeah. Don't know how that happened. I don't know how this one person didn't see.
What were the hopes for the outcome?
Guilty. Capital murder plus, life without parole.
If you could say something to that one juror, what would you guys want to say to that one person?
No comment.
No comment. Yeah, that would be not,
I don't think we can say.
yeah, we're not going to address the one juror. We are just disappointed that they could not come to the correct and right, obvious, yeah.
What's it been like waiting? I mean, this was, there was a quick verdict predicted. The prosecution certainly thought we were going to get a quick verdict. You had to wait a very long time to get a mistrial.
Could you say and spell your name before you?
Oh, yes. Say and spell my name. My name is Ellen French House, and my mother was Norma Wilson French. She was murdered by Billy Chemirmir on October 8th, 2016.
My name is Cheryl Pangburn. My mom is Marilyn Bixler. She was resident of Parkview in Frisco and was murdered on September 16th of 2017. As you can imagine, we've been in the room and we've been talking and trying to find the most concise way to just let you all know how we were all feeling. And both Ellen and I, what we are saying is representative of everyone that is standing behind me. Obviously, we're shocked, we're saddened, we're sick. We extend our sympathies to Luthi Harris's family that they didn't get the justice that they deserved for the murder of their mom. This group standing behind me represents less than half of the 24 plus victims of serial killer Billy Chemirmir. Several of these family members standing next to me represent the Collin County families. And we know the strength of the cases that we have in Collin County. And so at this point, we would love to see Collin County step forward and prosecute Billy Chemirmir on the strength of those cases so that we can get the justice that all of the families deserve. Thank you.
When this case is retried or another case is tried, is your hope to be in the courtroom?
Cliff, would you like to speak to that?
Yes, I would. I
Come on up
think
here,
that
sir.
was,
We won't be able to
Alright.
hear you if you don't.
okay, sorry. No, I think that was very unfair and unfavorable to us that we were not in the courthouse today. Having a chance to look at Billy Chemirmir and look at his face and have the jury look at the victims' children here that are what they felt like and have their feelings. I think it was, it was a wrong thing to do. I think that if we had a much better chance, and certainly would have won this today, hands down. And I want the next time that we get this in Collin County, if we get a fair justice out there, and we'll all be out looking right at him in the face, or I will be for sure. Sorry.
Fair to say you're angry?
Well, I'm a little upset. Yeah, I would say. I'm very upset that, they presented a really great case and didn't come back, that the one that abstained, that voted, didn't vote yes, they didn't even go back and look at it, had any questions, didn't have anything to go back and anything to ask about the trial, just stayed at no. How do you do that? I mean, you must have some reason for not, for voting the way that you did on this jury, and that didn't happen. And it was evidenced by not even having to go back and look at it any more evidence or anything like that. And it was, and I mean, for all this family here, and my mother-in-law was murdered up there as well by Billy Chemirmir, and I'm probably more emotional than I should be about this. But it's a terrible it was a terrible tragedy for all these people up here that have their mothers slain.
Cliff,
We
last name?
heard throughout the week how difficult it was to hear Mary Bartell speak, to hear some of the families speak. It's going to happen all over again. Is that, do you guys feel about that?
Well, I mean, look, I'd like for some of the, ladies that are the moms here, that were the daughters, and to say something. I feel the pain that they all feel, but I think that coming from them and coming from their hearts, you're going to be able to understand the nature of this terrible tragedy that's happened today.
Cliff Lessing?
Cliff Harris. Okay.
Somebody doesn't know you.
Wait a minute, has it been that long? I'm sorry.
You had some really strong opinions throughout this trial about the fact that Lou Harris represented all of your moms,
Yes.
grandmas. Talk to us how you're feeling at this moment.
Well, as was mentioned, we are devastated at the outcome of this trial. We are very thankful to the prosecution for putting together such a strong and compelling case. And we are, in answer to your question, we are sickened that we have to come back and hear the same evidence again, the same correct and just evidence and true evidence that Billy Chemirmir has killed so many people. And so we're sick that we have to come back and hear this again. Oh, I'm Lauren Adair Smith, and my mom is Phyllis Payne.
If the suspect was found guilty of some of the cases and not of others, however, he served a sentence, would you all feel justice?
What do you mean, sir?
I mean, if he was sentenced to life for maybe a few of the crimes, but said, well, maybe not this one, but not this one, then maybe not yours, not for
I feel like,
yours.
on behalf of all of us, we have two objectives. One is to get this guy off the street so that he does not do this to anyone else's mother. The second objective is that we've created our nonprofit, Secure Our Senior Safety. The second objective we have is to change the industry to affect legislation so that the facilities don't allow this to happen to anyone else. So however that's done, the bottom line is that's our objective, not to have this happen again.
Does anyone else want to say anything before?
Is there any message that you would want to give the next jury that will hear this case? Anything you would want to say?
Cliff?
Well, we shouldn't speak, I mean, if somebody's gonna be watching us, that's gonna be on the jury, I don't think that will be on the jury. So, I mean, from a legal standpoint. I know that I'd like to say, give us a fair trial, at least, consider all the evidence that's out there and make a decision. Don't just not look at it, because that's what happened this time. She didn't even go back to look at it. I mean, no questions, no anything, just said no the whole time.
She had her mind made up before she walked.
She had her mind made up, so.
Is that what the prosecution told you?
No.
We kind of all deduced
We
that
deduced
ourselves,
it.
yeah.
We just knew that we knew that they didn't ask any questions. I mean, it was a fair thing to say. They didn't ask any questions because that was just the knowledge. And you have to deduce from that your own thoughts. That, wait a minute, they didn't have any questions. They didn't do anything, just said no. So that decision was made in the very beginning. At least I think, that's me personally speaking.
Well, it was the notes that they kept sending in. It was one jury, 11-1.
Yeah.
Not once did they want to look at it. To me, she had her mind made up at the beginning. She probably had her mind made up before the trial started. Yes. I think they need to look into her, see what her, but I'm just saying that she didn't, fair trial, yes, but she needed to be fair with the evidence.
I'd also like to say another objective that we have is we want this story out there. It really has been snuffed under the rug, and for other people to know where I live, no one knows the story. Yes, Dallas, we have all y'all done such a wonderful job, but the whole world needs to know. They need to protect their parents, they need to watch out. Our parents were some in residences and some were in very, very nice senior living establishments.
And homes.
And homes. And, I just want everyone to be aware so that they can
Make
protect.
informed decisions.
And make informed decisions, and, yes.
Physically and emotionally, are you ready for another trial, essentially?
Whatever it takes.
I think
I can do it
Ellen,
tomorrow.
Ellen said it best the other day when she said, murder is a journey. This trial was just a check mark along that journey. It's a long journey. It will be a lifelong journey for all of us. This was just another bump in the road. Bring on the next one. We've got multiple things to try him on. We'll do it, and we're along for the ride for however long it takes to accomplish that goal.
Well, I can tell you the pain that my wife feels is not gonna go away. You know, every night, doesn't sleep, and, you know, putting him in jail, executing, whatever it might be. We just wanted to see something that done today. It's gonna relieve some of the pain, that's all. I mean, and today it didn't happen.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you
all
guys
for
so
telling
much.
the story.
Yeah, that's perfect, yes, that's French, Ellen French, her mother was Norma French. Okay, thank you. Oh, Eric, what names? Hey, Connor?
Yes.
We'll just have to set